Good evening and welcome to today's news bulletin. I'm Zandile Mpapane, recapping stories making headlines. His Majesty King Yemaswati III today urged church leaders to follow godly principles. As the women presented their offerings today, Her Majesty the She-Elephant of the Kingdom presented women with food parcels and emahiya. A cheated husband today stopped his wife's wedding at Mkhuzweni under the Manzini region. Induna Komentanyeni, in command by His Majesty King Yemaswati III today at Lutzini Royal Residence, summoned regiments on the 19th of April. We have a report. Before we continue with our news bulletin, that message was from ESWATINI, and it is all about encouraging Yemaswati to adhere to COVID-19 regulations. Well, getting back to our bulletin, His Majesty King Yemaswati III today at Ngabeveni, as the Easter services continues, urged the church leaders to follow godly principles. We have a report.
During the ongoing Easter services at Ngabizweni Royal Residence today, King Yemaswati III said he calls upon prophets to use the right channels when delivering their prophecies. His Majesty also mentioned that the rain is a sign that God is showering the nation with blessings, and it is by God's grace that we are gathered here today, as the past 2 years there were no Easter services because of COVID-19.
Usuka asakuthumile uNkulunkulu akufanele ke bese wena sohamba ubhekalena nalena njengoba nje siyakhumbula Jona ukuthi wathunywa yabona indvodza ukuthi la ithunywa khona kungenteka ibone leti ngabona wasubona ukuthi angiyibambe le juba ngoba lena la indawo yakhona kuyangidawo ukuthi ngiyafika bafike bangente silo sengubo ungadi ukuthi la ubaleka khona lapho esilo sengubo kasithola khona baba. Asithi haleluya bafundisi. Yebo uNkulunkulu ufuna labahamba na haleluya akafuni labe madimoni. Ngoba labe madimoni vele abajijelele ekhashana. Lisilive lengothi wathi Jona sahambile ubona sabo ukuthi ukuthumile uNkulunkulu ukuthi hamba umixo lomlaydo wakhe awuyindoda yabona ukuthi hayi unqoyo yomshonele la uthunywe uNkulunkulu awesaba le message la bathumele kaNkulunkulu la uthi uNkulunkulu asibuyele ka first world bafundisi lokusho ukuthi ne structures lefanele siwakhe nasawuhlala nje kule nkonzo akube structure lesawubonakala ngoba nje uba nabo nje besenifutha lapha bengasakhoni nekubona kahle ngoba liyana ntulu nawuphethe iBhayibheli liyanethwa iBhayibheli lingagcina asonakele amaBhayibheli kusho ukuthi sefuna sale sithola imakhile tawubukeka mafundisi.
In ending, the king stated that may God bless the congregants and the offerings they have brought forward, and that may God continue protecting the nation from COVID-19. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati, it is Samgolswe Mabuza and Kimberly Mavuso at Ngabizweni.
Induna Komentanyeni, in command by His Majesty King Yemaswati III today at Lutzini Royal Residence, summoned regiments on the 19th of April. We have a report.
Utsokandaba emabutho kujuba ngenkomazi jube ngelithaka eMpumalanga jube ngelithaka eShiselweni akaphelele esigodlweni elutsitsini muhla tilishumi nemfica utawutsi muhla tingamashumi lamabili uqale lo msebenzi wenkosi nangake lamabutho inganyeti nemakhanzayo inyatsi nemakhanzayo umgadlela nemakhanzawo sengikhololo letingabane nakubobabe nebantu abenkosi kuyaqelwa lokuthi lamajaha bakhulule ete kulomsebenzi wenkosi usho njalo ke ebusozo obnyama kulabadulu lodungandaba sembelebeleni mina kangisekuya kabomswati ngoba kabomswati akuvolonga emfolo kuvolonga inhloko temadodza bayetha wena ungaphakathi.
Prince Melania today at Ngabeveni Royal Residence urged the Yemaswati to follow the Swazi way of life, which is always living by respect. We have a report.
At the ongoing Easter services at Ngabizweni Royal Residence, Honorable Prince Simelane shared a verse from the book of Matthew 27 verse 3 and urged Yemaswati to refrain from engaging in activities that they will later regret. He used Judas Iscariot who betrayed Jesus as an example from the Bible.
Ningayendi impho lokuthi nakusasa noma ngomuntu omunye kunomunye umnyaka nitisole ukuthi benendani sekubuze kubuyela emuva la sifunda khona Judas Iscariot ngulona lwathengisa ngaJesu livela leBhayibheli kwekokuthi asabona lobu labamenda kona bamhlukumeta bamenda njeya wathi sola ngokuthi uthengise ngemphefumulo longenaqala kungakho sinesitoko lesithi namuhla sive semaswati ningayendi impho lokuthi kusasa kulomunye umnyaka utisole ngabo ukuthi benendaba kwenye manduna tive temhlaba sokhanza lomunye enda into kube ungambuta lo muntu ukuthi uyati yini wendani uthethwe ngumvumo lo muntu.
In ending, Prince Simelane said some people are influenced by fame to engage in notorious activities which they will later regret. Reporting for Channel Yemaswati, it is Samgalswe Mabuza with Kimberly Mavuso.
Welcome back. You're tuning in at Yemaswati channel. I am Zandile Mpapane. Before we continue with our bulletin, that message was from Water Aid ESWATINI, and it is all about encouraging Yemaswati to adhere to COVID-19 regulations. Well, getting back to our bulletin, a cheated husband today at Mkuzweni under the Manzini region stopped his wife's wedding. We have a report. Dramatic and emotional scene as a husband stopped the wedding of his wife and her lover. The incident happened at Mkuzweni in Ngulwini under the Manzini region today. The emotional Mpumelelo Dlamini, the husband who stopped her wife's wedding. The emotional Mpendulo Dlamini, the husband who stopped his wife's wedding, narrated a shocking tale of his wife who had the guts to invite him to his wedding. Dlamini mentioned that a few weeks ago his wife came with his family and they asked for his permission to let his wife visit her maternal home, only to find out by residents that his wife is getting married in her community church. Usisiwe Msibi, the bride, was nowhere to be seen at the wedding venue when our reporters arrived, was said to have locked herself inside her homestead. Police and other people who had hopes of witnessing Msibi and her lover Bongani Mahlalela's wedding were seen standing outside the church premises. The first table was empty and only a few people were found inside the wedding venue. After police tried to mediate the situation with both families, Dlamini stated that he will not allow his wife to get married as he demanded his lobola money first before his wife can move on with her life. He did say, however, that if his wife and her lover humble themselves and engage with him, he is willing to let bygones be bygones.
Lapha kushada umfati wami ushada ngalenye indvodza. Lo mfati lona amlobola ngikhipha tingoma. Ngaphinza ngayo umfake college wafunza. Namuhla so uyajika ngesikhashana lesingane. So ngitshela ukuthi yena hayi ngese ngiyashiya. Nangilandzela ngikhanza ukuthi utongitshela ukuthi uyashiya already umshado so announcewe ngala. Lengivu ngathi mina bekavele angiphingela bekenda letiga asesele ekhaya. Shothi ke bevele kunanzi bagcina ka decide ukuthi ayisale sithathana. So mina lale bengikucela kubo ngithi okay umshadweni ngeke ngiwumise. Lokukhona nangabe niyaqhubeka. Ngicela manje ninginike tingomo tami. Ninginike nemali yale certificate lasiphethe because so yohlakula ngaso kulomunye umuntu. Kodwa mina bengiphisela lekhuba ngiliphiselela ukuthi litawuhlakula la ekhaya. Namuhla so libeke eqebeni. So uyahamba uyohlakula ngalo kulomunye umuntu. Ngithi ke mina angivimbi lutho but abanginike lokhu lengikudzingako baqhubeke nomshado wabo.
Bathi tena usho njalo.
Ngitsena ngibakhulumisa kule part le. Bathi hey enkosi thina kasithuthi la nali ekhaya. Yeah. Sivumele sishade dawubuya sitokhuluma. Lathi ke lami hey anginivisisi kahle bomsibi because lona nasashadela ngumfati wemuntu le ndvodza itangibopha nangiqoshana nemfati wayo ngemuva nani kungenteka ya uthi te angifike vele emshadweni uyangifuna kumnyama kubofu ukungifuna la emshadweni wakhe but umshado uqhubeka nawo but nami uyangi-invite ngicela ngibe khona lo mshado
lokho niphumale ngekhasi niyiphethe ngekutheni
sidine siyiphetha vele ukuthi umshado bawumi sibuye sihlale phansi silungise inkulumo singalungisa leti nkulumo bese bamakhulu bayashadela sesilungise nakulokulayini emuva kungakaluseki
mangaba khona lokwendekako ngansense ke
nakhona lokwendeka ngansense cathi ngiyawulandzelela ngiyawusebenza ngemithetho okay uthi ungisite kulokwendekile
ufisile mina nakubacolela ukuthi kusetshenzwe nje kahle mabangakhulumisana nawo
futhi ngaphandle kwenkinga mina nabangangihlonipha sihlale phansi sikhulumisane futhi ngingabapha konke nalo kulensi ngikhala.
I am Zandile Mpapane for channel Yemaswati News with Justice Dlamini, Mkuzweni Ngulwini. Today in Punya, there was the funeral of Pastor Ngongwane, who was one of the victims who drowned while cleansing himself in Punya. We have a report. Following a spine-chilling incident that happened at Punya, whereby 2 people from the Jericho church drowned while cleansing themselves in the river, our channel today learned that one of the pastors will be buried this weekend. Our reporters followed the story and went to the homestead of Pastor Ngongwane, where the family stated that they are devastated by the loss of their family member. They mentioned that to this day they do not understand what happened as Ngongwane.
But abasuka ngalakhaya besibekindwe nje bayatiyela emhlabeni bothanda zabe sebayale emandini esiwashweni singade ukuthi ngalelo langa babe seba kuze kude bekade lakhaya ukuthi bakuphi ngalelo langa so nemfundisi Ngongwane nje naye baseve ukuthi wasuka lakhaya bekakhona emhlangano bekunemhlangano wahamba ke ukuthi uyalekile babajoyina ekuseni ngoba bavame ukuhamba ngalomgcibelo wabuye ngomsombho ukuthi bayazila bayale emanini so sasesive umbiko-ke ngeliphoyisa ekusambama ukuthi angcwelile le emandini
Siyeva ukuthi munye wakhona lona lwatholakala namhla uyafihlwa ungasichazela ukuthi ngimuphi lo fihlwa ko namuhla
bekafihlwa namhla kulomfundisi Ngongwane uzibe ngiyena isigaba sakhe ngesobo ngumengameli bekafihlwa ke le dlangeni namuhla bayekhona nje bonke kudolobha
Is used to being inside water. I am Zandile Mpapane for Channel Yemaswati News with Justice Dlamini, Punya. Well, that's all the news we had for tonight, but before ending tonight's bulletin, let's take a recap of the stories which made headlines. His Majesty King Mswati III today urged the church leaders to follow God's way of life. Her Majesty the She-Elephant of the Kingdom presented women with food hampers and a mahia. A chiseled husband today at Mkuzweni in Gulini stopped his wife's wedding. Well, that's all the news we had for tonight. Do have yourselves a beautiful evening. Good night.
This weather forecast is proudly brought to you by FSRA.